Fashion Valley will soon provide more than shopping. For the first time ever, you'll be able to live at the mall. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. The space currently occupied by JCPenney is set to be transformed into high-end housing. CBS 8's Jenny Day joins us with a closer look at the plans for this project.
Yeah, so the development would be right here on the far west end of the mall, nestled next to Nordstrom and Neiman Marcus. The plan is to build 850 luxury homes for the very first time inside of this mall.
We are always going to have people drawn to the coast of California, always people drawn to San Diego in general.
Major changes are coming to one of San Diego's most iconic outdoor malls.
If you want luxury, you go there.
Your front yard could be steps away from Rolex, Dior, and Dolce & Gabbana.
It's kind of cool to see the luxury. It kind of reminds me of Rodeo, but not everybody can afford that.
Yeah.
Over the years, more and more storefronts became designer brands, and soon they'll have the housing to match.
I think the trend really is in any age group of buyers, people want walkability, and I love what they're doing. I think creating more housing is a good thing in general, right? I wish that there was more home ownership opportunities there, because that's really what we need here in San Diego.
With this growth, though, comes the end of an era for this Penney's location.
I've been going to JCPenney since I was like a kid.
Retail's hard right now, right? I mean, with all the online shopping.
Simon, the property owner of Fashion Valley, says the multi-million-dollar investment will intertwine high-end housing with luxury boutiques. Adding the redevelopment marks a new era of sophistication and convenient living. The units are set to have, quote, incomparable amenities and high-end finishes. There are also plans for new restaurants and open green spaces.
Well, I was a little surprised just because they're just building some new apartments right down the road. It's going to be a lot of traffic, and we'll see.
Given San Diego's housing situation, I asked if a city ordinance will require any of the units to fall under the affordable housing category. In a nutshell, a certain percentage will have to be, otherwise the property owner has to pay a fee. The city of San Diego added they haven't yet received an application for the project. Yeah, so still no word on how many stories this project will end up being. JCPenney is set to close next year, and then construction should be complete by the end of 2026. Reporting live tonight from Fashion Valley, Jenny Day, CBS 8.
All right, Jenny, thanks. Jury deliberations will resume on Tuesday in the double murder trial involving a former TikTok influencer. Jurors deliberated for a short time today before leaving for the Memorial Day weekend. Ali Abulaban is charged with killing his wife Anna and her friend Ray Barone in an East Village high-rise back in October of 2021. CBS 8's Shannon Handy has more on today's closing arguments and the day in court.
The jury was handed over the case around 4 o'clock today, giving them just 30 minutes to deliberate before leaving for a 3-day holiday weekend. Now, prior to that, they were given instructions on the charges they have to choose from. That includes first-degree murder, second-degree murder, or voluntary manslaughter. They also heard closing arguments from both sides.
These murders of Anna and Ray were deliberate and premeditated.
Deputy District Attorney Taryn Brass spoke for more than an hour during closing arguments this morning, reiterating Ali Abulaban planned to kill his wife Anna and her friend Ray Barone.
He took a photo of his dead victims. He did that on purpose. He was proud of what he did.
Throughout the 3-week trial, the prosecution detailed a tumultuous relationship between Abulaban and his wife, saying he abused her repeatedly, both physically and mentally. When he suspected she had been having an affair, the prosecution alleges Abulaban wanted revenge, which is why, after hearing Anna and Barone's voices on a listening device he installed in the apartment he and Anna once shared, he drove there armed with a loaded gun and killed them. She shared audio of the killings and the murder weapon to prove her point.
And you saw how hard Detective Escalante had to pull to get the gun out. You did not hear that on that recording. Okay? That's because he already had the gun out.
This afternoon, it was public defense attorney Jody Green's turn to address the jury, repeating what Abulaban testified. The killings were not intentional, but rather a crime of passion.
Ali Abulaban is not a murderer. Yes, he killed Anna and he killed Ray, a man with whom Anna was having an affair. And he cannot undo what he has done, but he did not murder them.
Green also spent time addressing Abulabon's rough upbringing and his mental state.
His mental illness was on full display during this trial.
Finally, she explained the differences between the charges the jury will choose from: first-degree murder, second-degree murder, or voluntary manslaughter, saying he should get the lesser of the three. It's anyone's guess how long these deliberations will take. Again, jurors will return on Tuesday. Reporting from downtown, I'm Shanna Handy for CBS 8.
Thanks, Shannon. A driver involved in an hours-long police standoff that shut down the 91 freeway up in Orange County has apparently died. This all started after 8 o'clock this morning when the CHP was alerted to a pursuit by police in Corona. The CHP says the driver was believed to be armed and dangerous and refused to get out of the car when he stopped on the freeway in Anaheim. That led to a SWAT standoff that shut down all lanes and backed up traffic for miles in both directions. Flashbangs were finally used to see if the man was conscious. When the suspect never moved, officers went in and removed him from the car. Shelter-in-place orders at nearby schools were lifted by early this afternoon.
All right, a lot of you are getting ready to head out of town for the Memorial Day weekend holiday, but what about those of us who are staying behind?
We're staying right here because it's beautiful San Diego. I think all three of us are. Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis is here early with a first look at your holiday microclimate forecast.
If you're working on Monday, raise your hand.
Blow away some of those clouds.
I know, but here's the thing. To start off the weekend, we're still going to be dealing with conditions we had earlier today, so very similar forecast. We had some patchy drizzle for some areas. We also had some measurable rainfall. You were talking about that for inland Encinitas, and we also saw that across Carlsbad as well with a few hundredths of an inch, 1/100th of an inch for Carlsbad. Now, when we take a look at our forecast into the start of our Memorial Day weekend, we're still holding on to those 60s when it comes to daytime highs. Some morning drizzle being possible. And then you get those upper 60s as we hit next week, and that starts as we go into Sunday as well as Monday. So we'll see a little bit more of that afternoon sunshine in the forecast, but still dealing with the cloud cover and May gray conditions to kick off the weekend. You still have a chance for some patchy drizzle in the morning hours for Saturday with 60s for the inland areas. Then we're right back into that near seasonal range by Memorial Day. If you're going to be out on the water, keep in mind 2 to 4 feet with a moderate risk of rip currents at our local beaches. All right, we'll go ahead and take a look at that extended forecast because by next week, we are talking about some warmer temperatures and a lot more sunshine. Those details are ahead. Carlo.
Thanks, Carlene. Right now, first responders at City of San Diego beaches are getting ready for a busy holiday weekend. We've been talking about it. Today, lifeguards and police are trying to make sure people know how to stay safe on our shores. They are reminding everyone that bonfires are banned on city beaches unless they're in a designated pit. Glass, smoking, and alcohol are also not allowed. Lifeguards and police say they'll be out in full force this weekend enforcing those rules and laws. State budget cuts are threatening workforce support programs in San Diego County, in particular, programs that help single mothers get off welfare. CBS 8's David Goffredson talked to a business owner in San Ysidro who trains women to help them get jobs and support their families.
This is where our office staff and operations takes place and our training.
90% of the women getting job training here at Rocket Innovations in San Ysidro are single mothers, according to the CEO of the maintenance and construction firm, James Marino.
This really helps them to have something that makes them employable and helps them to be able to go out there and join the workforce.
The job training is paid for by Welfare to Work assistance funded through CalWorks, a state program that could be scaled back drastically if proposed budget cuts go through in Sacramento.
Now these people are placed in a position where they might ultimately end up homeless.
San Diego County alone is facing $50 million in cuts to CalWorks, which could result in the elimination of a subsidized employment program that allows these trainees to get hired in full-time jobs.
It's a great opportunity to learn marketable skills that will make me a well-rounded employee in the future.
What do you hope for the future?
I hope to be able to, grow as a person and be able to support my family.
The state budget cuts are still going through legislative review, with a final vote on the budget set for mid-June.
If we don't speak out, nothing's going to happen.
Enrique Velez, a San Diego board member of the Latin Business Association, is now planning a trip to Sacramento.
We're going to meet with the state secretary and try to get into the governor's office to see if we can appeal his decision to revoke some of these funding for the community.
San Diego County is also in the middle of its own budget review, giving Marino hope his program will not be cut.
I've seen time and time again through this program, individuals come through it, succeed, better their situation, go on and live a better life.
San Diego County's budget hearings are set for June 4th and 6th. They'll be taking public comment at those hearings. In San Ysidro, David Gottfredson, CBS 8.
Thanks, David. A 94-year-old civil rights and labor activist was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award at the 16th annual Harvey Milk Diversity Breakfast at the Marriott Mission Valley today.
Dolores Huerta started her activism in the 1950s and is recognized as one of the most influential labor activists of the 20th century. Today's event to celebrate the LGBTQ community comes after drive-by shooters armed with pellet guns fired at LGBTQ bars in the Hillcrest neighborhood. One of the committee members for the Harvey Milk Breakfast was at one of those bars during the attack. He says he is still recovering from the traumatic event.
As difficult as it is to be here, we have to remind ourselves that we are in a struggle.
San Diego police are investigating last week's attack as a possible hate crime.
Still ahead tonight, a former Border Patrol agent is sentenced to prison.
Plus, how young girls here in San Diego are being empowered to achieve their dreams. Today's Girls Inc. conference at San Diego State.
And are you looking for your forever friend? How you can adopt a pet for free this weekend. Details in a live report.
You continue to trust Bill Howe.
Because we get the job done right the first time.
Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE. Bill Howe. Because we know how.
It can bear over 4,000 times its own weight. And that's just the door hinge. Sturdy design down to the smallest detail, the Taos. Get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2024 Taos S or lease one for just $259 per month. Limited inventory available.
CBS 8 is celebrating 75 years. Join us as we salute the University of San Diego and the countless ways it has dedicated 75 years of lighting the way forward by fostering peace, working for justice, and leading with love.
Hallo! With E-Inspection, Meineke checks mein Auto and sends photos of the parts that need work. There are rarely any surprises. So I added a few. Surprise! Their report tells me which parts are good now and which will need work in the future. You see exactly what they see. I got you. You did. I got you good. I only trust Meineke with Meineke.
This week only, save big on flooring during America's Finest Carpets Memorial Day celebration sale. Find deals like the Caribbean collection of 9-inch wide plank waterproof flooring with a 25-year residential warranty. Only $349 a square foot. Plus, come in today and ask about our free 12-month financing. America's Finest Carpet Company, great selection, professional installation, and always the best price in town. America's Finest Carpets Memorial Day celebration sale. Come in today or call
1-888-402-ASCC. The Jetta received a 5-star overall safety rating, so if you stars get in, we could also say it has a 5-star interior.
I don't think so.
Okay. I thought it was a good idea.
Visit your Volkswagen dealer today and lease the sporty 2024 Jetta S for just $219 a month. Limited inventory available.
Hand-stitched wallets.
The San Diego Humane Society needs your help. Their shelters are in crisis mode as they struggle to care for way too many pets.
That's where we find CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes. She's live there tonight. Kirsten, how can viewers get involved here?
By adopting, of course. And if you come this weekend and you're one of the first 100 adoptions, you can find your forever friend for free. And that means your forever friend could be a lot closer than you think. Between May 23rd and May 26th, you can come right here to the San Diego Humane Society or their campus in Escondido, El Cajon, or Oceanside and adopt your new forever friend. Again, the first 100 adoptions are free because right now, this shelter is at 157% capacity. And listen to this, there's an unusual increase in the number of puppies that they have. Right now, there are 1,774 animals in their care. 707 of those are dogs, and 129 are puppies. They also have cats, rabbits, guinea pigs, turtles, and other reptiles for you. Take a listen to why now is the best time for you to open your home and your heart.
All San Diego shelters and rescues are very over capacity right now, and we're preparing to head into the summer months, which are every year our busiest time of year. So now is a great time to help out. You make a huge impact by adopting, not only making an impact for the animal that you bring home, but freeing up crucial space in the shelter for another animal in need.
Okay, so the good news doesn't stop there. If you miss out on the free adoptions, you're still in luck, because after that, this weekend only, adoptions are only $25, and that will last until Tuesday. They go back to regular price on Tuesday, so you got to get here before Sunday to take advantage. Reporting for CBS 8, I'm Kirsten Holmes. Back to you.
Kirsten, what days are the Humane Society locations open? Because it is a holiday weekend, so it might be great because families are together, but then they might be worried that the shelters are closed.
That's right. The shelter will be closed on Monday, but the shelters are typically open Tuesday through Sunday. So this Sunday they're going to be here. This Saturday you have this weekend to take advantage of this incredible offer. Marcella?
All right. Saturday and Sunday. Get your pet, and then you can enjoy Memorial Day with them. Thanks so much, Kirsten. Carlene, it's been kind of nice weather for the dog walks.
It has been.
And I noticed, it was very misty this morning, a little misty May morning.
It was, and then the dogs wanted to go outside, and I'm like, no, Mama does not have time to clean you up right after you just trample through all the little puddles. But yeah, we had some little puddles out there. We did have some patchy drizzle as well, some light measurable rainfall, as mentioned, because we had a deep marine layer this morning. We did see a little bit of that sunshine by the afternoon hours, but still holding on to a lot of cloud cover out there, and that's exactly what you're seeing from our Mount Soledad cam tonight. So we still have the cloudy conditions, and that takes us into the start of the weekend. Now we'll start to see improvements by next week with an area of high pressure that moves in. That's going to allow our temperatures to warm up, and we start to get back into that seasonal range. But we have been cool and cloudy over the past couple of days. So some passing clouds out there, still seeing a little bit of that sunshine this afternoon, early evening, and then also a temperature of 65 degrees. Those 60s have really been winning out when it's come to our temperatures in the afternoon hours. That puts us below seasonal, just by a few degrees closer towards the coast, but more of a gap across inland valleys. We're supposed to be in the upper 70s for this time of the year. You've had a lot of daytime highs that have been in the upper 60s to low 70s. When it comes to our wind speeds, about 10 miles per hour. That's out of the west right now for downtown, and you also have that pressure falling, all because of a series of low pressure systems that are still sweeping through. Lows on parade, that's what I'm going to call it, as we continue to see those lows bring scattered showers across the Pacific Northwest. We're also seeing that across Nevada with a weak area of low pressure, and then seeing that moisture surge in towards Utah. So the lows are creating this dip in the jet stream, and that's what we've been experiencing over the past couple of days. We're still holding on to that into the start of the weekend. We do have this area of high pressure. It's just kind of waiting. It's going to move in by next week. That brings us more sunshine by the afternoon hours and not so many hours when it comes to the cloud cover. So onshore flow is still intact. Will remain gusty in the afternoon and evening hours all the way through Saturday. And that's with the strongest gusts across the mountains and the desert. You're talking the 30s, you're talking the 40s. Now west of the mountains, we'll still be in the teens and 20s when it does come to our gusts. And then everything starts to calm down with westerly winds by the second half of the weekend. So May gray, at least to start off our Memorial Day weekend. Unofficial start to summer, not necessarily going to feel like it. You're still talking about widespread 60s when it comes to daytime highs by tomorrow. Cooler than usual temperatures for this time of the year, even talking about cooler than usual temperatures for this time of the year, and that would also be even for the desert. So we are looking at a chance we could see some more patchy drizzle, a little light measurable rainfall. As mentioned, Carlsbad got about 1/100th of an inch. That was recorded by the National Weather Service, and then we start to dry out by the second half of the weekend all the way into next week. 60s will stay intact across the coast. You got 70s returning for the inland valleys, even by Memorial Day, more to the seasonal range when it comes to temperatures. 80s returning to the mountains, triple-digit heat for the desert for Memorial Day and for Tuesday. More details in your complete forecast next half hour. All right, it is time. Not asking you movie trivia question for tonight, but hey, I want to know if you know this. Firenadoes are also called what? A, fire whirls, B, fire swirls, C, pyrogenetic tornadoes. You laugh.
Ooh.
Because there's a D.
Or
because
D.
there's a D.
I'm just saying, you laugh, but think about it.
Yeah.
Go to our website, CBS8.com/weather-quiz to make your guess. We are giving away a 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego. 4 families have a chance to win this prize. There's all new live shows there, too, including a high-energy BMX show and the new Shamu and Crew Together Again live performance, as well as the 60th anniversary parade. This prize is sponsored by Corky's Pest Control. You get your new weather quiz question every Monday through Friday during this newscast and our 7 a.m. on the CW San Diego. Good luck.
Thanks, Carlene. She Speaks. That is the theme of this year's Girls Inc. San Diego conference.
CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes hosted the conference today for 100 high school girls from across the county. Girls Inc. is a national nonprofit that guides and empowers girls to achieve their dreams. This year, the event highlighted the importance of young girls using their voice for change in everything from elections to protests. One Girls Inc. alumni tells us this organization helped her do just that.
If you asked me 2 years ago to be on the news for an interview, I would have said no and ran away. And so Girls Inc. just helped me develop my voice, and it also helped me gain confidence in what I wanted to do in the future.
Girls Inc. serves 19 schools across San Diego County. We have more information on the organization at CBS8.com.
Great program. Still ahead, the National Memorial Day Project paying tribute to those who made the ultimate sacrifice.
And is Angelina Jolie supporting pro-Palestinian protesters in a viral video? Up next, we verify.